number 71282, candidate number 9027, and I will be playing the role of Mary Lincoln in our play, Ladies First.
My name is Laura Russell, candidate number 9128. I will be playing the role of Eleanor Roosevelt in our play, Ladies First.
My name is Lauren McGill, candidate number 9084, and I will be playing the role of Jackie Kennedy in our play, Ladies First.
My name is Georgia McMillan, candidate number 9107. I'll be playing the role of Nancy Reagan in our play, Ladies First.
My name is Polly Caffey, candidate number 9852. I'll be playing the part of Hillary in our play, Ladies First.
Oh good, there's the exhibition for the First Ladies. I've looked at their dresses.
Wow.
Have you read the information about what they've done in their lives?
Yeah, I never realized they actually did so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, the museum is closing in 5 minutes. Please remember all your belongings and have a happy Christmas.
Lights out!
Well, that was a good day. Plenty of visitors.
Yeah, but did you see what that girl had to say about Mary Lincoln's dress? And her jacket wasn't anything special itself.
Oh, classic Nancy Reagan, always commenting on people's clothes.
I see a few people were interested in your fashion sense today, Jackie.
Don't really know why.
Well, I am Jackie Kennedy, America's fashion icon. And well, Mrs. Eleanor Roosevelt, I did see quite a few yawns spread out across some faces when they were reading your interesting events. Girls, we haven't been unfrozen 5 minutes yet.
Thank you. I don't know.
Did you hear that?
Is that something coming?
Act natural.
46 women have served as America's first ladies. Each made the job her own. Each became an example that her successors could and can look to for inspiration as they set out to develop their own agenda and leadership style. As women take on more prominent and diverse roles in society and the White House, including one day the presidency, the role of First Lady will undoubtedly change. What would you do if the job were yours? Oh, Nancy Reagan. I love her dress. Jackie Kennedy. She's my favorite. Eleanor Roosevelt. She's even more frightening in real life. Mary Lincoln. She doesn't look that crazy.
Thank you.
Guys are so tall, that just doesn't happen.
Can't stand the corner.
Okay, don't think you're not touched. Okay, so what's your name?
and you were married to our former president, John F. Kennedy. Was it a happy marriage? Any setbacks? What about the cheating rumors and accusations?
It was a very happy marriage, that's all I've got to say.
Hillary, it was a tolerable marriage because I had to wake up every single day and read various rumors and accusations in the newspapers about how my husband was cheating on me with Marilyn Monroe, who for some reason was known as the nation's sweetheart. But in my eyes, she was the nation's whore because she phoned me, First Lady by the way, at the White House, and I said to her, Marilyn, you can have Jack and all the responsibilities that come with being First Lady. If a trollop like you can handle him. And I knew that she couldn't deal with the pressure from the media.
Then tell us about the assassination. How did it affect you as a person?
It was the most traumatic thing that has ever happened in my life.
I wasn't in any condition to make much sense of anything because there were so many thoughts that were flying about in my head. Like if I had been looking to the right, I could have pulled him down in time. If I had recognized the sound of the first bullet, I could have done something to help it. All I could hear was people shouting, he's dead, he's dead! And I was shaking him, shouting, Jack, Jack, can you hear me? And I was trying so hard to keep everything in and hold everything still. But I couldn't. It still, to this day, is the most devastating thing that has ever happened in my life.
Then why did you remarry so shortly after his passing? Were you only attracted to wealth and fame?
What? This was a question that I got from quite a lot of reporters. So, Jack died on November 22nd, 1963. And I remarried 5 years later, which is not a short period of time, by the way, to Aristotle Onassis in 1968. And I did not remarry for money. I'm sorry, I never heard it told that way. It's just the difference between the public face and the private face. But you still had a strong political stance, though. I did with the Cuban Missile Crisis, but my main focus was trying to maintain my private self while everything was exposed publicly.
Oh, I thought it was all about politics. Well, you see, it is all about politics.
However, I'm not sure if you were listening or not, but I clearly just stated to Hillary how it is not all about politics. It is about how you represent yourself to your population. I don't mean to be offensive, Eleanor, but if I was still in presidency, it most certainly would not be in a dress like that.
Well, I'm not going to lie to you, Jackie, because I'm an honest person. I'd rather look like this than like that.
So you voluntarily chose to dress like a dishcloth today, Eleanor?
Rather than a human marshmallow.
Ladies! There's a visitor. To me, being a first lady wasn't about fashion or politics.
How can it not be about politics?
And I will show you, ladies.
Can Hillary join in this conversation?
Behind every successful man, there stands a woman.
Nancy Reagan, are you just an airhead?
Any woman with a bachelor's of arts degree in drama, managing to make it to Broadway in the 1940s to 1950s, and being classified as a Hollywood actress, is most definitely not just an airhead.
An actress who isn't an airhead? Is it true you were having an affair with Ronald while he was still married?
Ronald and I were dating for 3 years before we got married. We have battled many things throughout our marriage. The assassination attempt on his life, my own breast cancer, and when Ronald contracted Alzheimer's disease. Perhaps my most important role as First Lady was being the President's personal protector and primary caregiver. So no, there was no affair. As I said, we were married for 3 years after experiencing a painful divorce from Jane White. Nancy, there are rumors that you are a communist. Are these true? I am not a communist, and I have never had any communist associations. I noticed my name was listed on the Hollywood blacklist, which was established by the film industry to warn studios and producers My family are everything to me. And Governor Sanction or not, I will not have them in an unsafe situation. Hence the move.
Nancy,
Are you sure you were tying your hair? I, as every other woman married to a man, fully support him in whatever role he chooses in life. I do not wish to rival my husband, and I do not wish to be president. My husband decided to run for the United States president, and he was elected. And I fully support him in that role. I love my husband, but I do not wish to rival him.
so, do you have any more questions or perhaps any more?
Yes, she did.
Why did she say paracetamol?
Hillary, do you want to check her bag just to double check if anything has went missing, like medication?
Hand over. I'm sure I had some paracetamol.
Just double check a second look, Hillary. Oh, here they are. You must have dropped them on your way in.
I don't think so. Does she have a drug problem?
No, of course not. How can you insult me like that?
It's quite a touchy subject.
We like to live in more peaceful times.
Yeah, like the times at Bellevue.
What's Bellevue?
It's a mental institution.
Good afternoon, Mary. How are you today? Oh, you had a music lesson. You enjoyed it, didn't you? Oh, and all your medication seems to be taken. Well, aren't you just a star, Mary?
And how's Mary today?
She's doing great.
And what about the medication?
All taken.
All of it? But that was meant to last for the week.
Well, at least she's quiet now.
What about a visitor?
I think her son is meant to be visiting today.
Hello? Oh, come in, Mr. Lincoln. Hello, Mother. So, my day? Took the kids to the park, took the horses out this time. Everyone's fine, thank you for asking. Went to the court last Wednesday, and they said that your disease was of unknown cause and unknown duration, so you'll probably be in here for another while. Is she taking all of her medication?
All taken today.
So hopefully there won't be any more embarrassing incidents like last time, Mother. Isn't your son nice coming and visiting you?
You really should acknowledge him more, Mary.
I thought she had 4 children. Why was he the only one that visited?
It's different.
The others passed away. Well, why don't you ask Mary some questions? Get to know her a little better.
Okay. Hello, Mary. How are you? Did your son visit often? What about your sister? She's not talking to me. How long has it been since her husband was assassinated?
April 14th, 1865. I'll never see another day. It'll frighten me as much as that fatal flame. That terrible thing that came upon my Abraham. In the back of the head it struck him. And he sat so perfectly still. And I pleaded, cried for help. But that flame still managed to kill. My dear husband seemed paralyzed. His soul just couldn't fight. Instead, it cowardly slipped away into the night. It'll never be the same without him. All too well, I know it. That finger of flame that destroyed so much was a single killer bullet. Hillary, no matter what happens to you, don't let anyone ever take control of your life.
child and didn't really have a voice. But as I grew up, I realized that we not only have the right to be an individual, we have an obligation to be one. When Franklin became president in 1933, I wanted to show that the First Lady was an important part of American politics.
I was always taught about powerful men and never women. How did you become a woman with such a strong voice?
I lived in a generation where we hesitated to believe that a woman could fill a certain position as adequately as a man could. So I started to speak out on women's rights. I worked on behalf of the League of Women Voters.
Equal rights for women! Equal rights for women! Equal rights for women!
I also had my own newspaper column. It was called My Day. I used it nearly like a diary for my political activities. And when Franklin established the New Deal programs, I made sure that working women received better wages.
Congratulations, you're up to 90 cents a week.
Thank you.
Women are like tea bags, Hillary. We don't know our true strength until we're put in hot water.
And you also spoke on civil rights.
In the United States, we're old enough not to claim perfection, and when I was First Lady, we realized we still had some problems with discrimination. That's why I spoke on my support for the civil rights movement. I was determined to make a change. In 1936, I invited hundreds of African Americans to the White House.
Welcome to the White House.
Thank you.
Welcome to the White
Thank
House. Welcome to the White House.
Thank you.
And the outburst that broke out was laughable.
They're polluting the entire white race. They're uncivilized.
They're backward.
But one event that remains crystal clear in my mind was in 1939, when Marian Anderson was denied use of Washington's Constitution Hall by the Daughters of the American Revolution.
No blacks here.
Well, as you can imagine, I was disgusted. I immediately resigned in protest and arranged another concert on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. Someone once told me, Hillary, that great minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, and small minds discuss people. Be a great mind, Hillary.
Thank you. You all taught me so much. Jackie, to have a private and public face. Nancy, to always support your husband, no matter what. Mary, to never let anyone control you. And Eleanor, that women can make a difference in politics. You've inspired me so much, and I live my life on this principle.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light?
Ford signs the General Election Campaign Act.
1986, a nuclear station in Ukraine explodes.
1996, Iran released hundreds of Palestinian prisoners. 2006, NASA launches a New Horizons probe.
2016, welcome to the Democratic Convention.
Thank you all. It is wonderful to be here today with all of you, with my family, and with so many friends. I, Hillary Clinton, would like to thank everyone who has brought me here to the Senate for the past 8 years, and now as I go on towards the White House. I would like to pay tribute to the women who did not have the opportunities that I have today, but stood proudly at the head of our nation. Life's not about what happens to you. It's about what you do with what happens to you. Thank you.